Welcome back to our exploration of fascinating stories.
Glad to be here.
Today, we're plunging into a case that, honestly, sounds like it's ripped straight from a political thriller.
It really does.
We're talking about the decade-long deception of a fake IAS officer in India. Now, for those maybe less familiar, IAS is the Indian Administrative Service, a really prestigious civil service, kind of the backbone of the country's administration.
A very big deal, yes.
So our mission for this deep dive is to understand not just what happened, but really how. How did one person manage to fool an entire system for so long? And, what does it maybe tell us about our own vulnerabilities?
It's an absolutely remarkable case. What's fascinating here is just the sheer audacity, and the meticulous construction of this whole false reality.
Right.
We'll be sort of dissecting the methods, the props he used, and that incredible confidence that let him infiltrate, well, some of the highest levels of bureaucracy. It really exposes where the system might have been blind.
Okay, let's dig into the details. His arrest, it sounds like it really painted a picture of this lavish lifestyle he had going. What did the authorities actually find first? What blew his cover?
Well, the accused, Saurabh Tripathi, was arrested by Lucknow Police. And it wasn't some big sting operation, surprisingly. It was actually during a routine vehicle check, just a mundane stop.
Okay.
And that's when things started to unravel. They seized 6 luxury vehicles, we're talking, a Range Rover, a Mercedes C220.
Wow, 6.
Yeah, and along with those, a whole trove of forged passes and IDs. But what really struck the officers, apparently, wasn't just the physical stuff, it was his confidence.
The guy.
Immense confidence, which he consistently used, leveraged, really, to get entry everywhere. This wasn't just about fake documents, it was like a performance, a theatrical projection of authority.
That level of brazenness is just astounding, isn't it?
Right.
Do you think that confidence alone was enough? Or does it also sort of shine a light on a systemic issue, maybe where security personnel are kind of conditioned to defer to authority without checking too closely?
Oh, precisely. His confidence played a huge part, absolutely. But yeah, it also points to how these, hierarchical systems can sometimes be vulnerable. He even employed private gunners, bodyguards, and get this, one of them actually wore a police uniform.
No way. A police uniform.
Yeah, incredibly. To intimidate security personnel when he went to meetings with bureaucrats, ministers, you name it.
So it's psychological intimidation, too.
Totally. That tactic, plus the whole air of officialdom, it seems like it often just bypassed the more rigorous checks. People were probably less likely to question someone rolling up with that kind of entourage, carrying himself with such conviction, right?
But the sophistication, it goes way beyond just confidence in a flashy motorcade, it seems.
Yeah.
He meticulously crafted different personas for different situations. How far did that act really go?
Oh, he truly built this complex web. He adapted his story constantly. Our sources say he used different vehicles for different things, like he'd drive a Fortuner to official meetings, maybe to look a bit more grounded,
Okay.
but then switch to a Mercedes or a Defender when he was negotiating these questionable deals, as the sources put it.
It's like he had a costume change for every role.
Exactly. And what's really wild is he managed to convince even his own assistant of his fake identity.
His own assistant.
For how long?
Well, the implication is for a significant part of this decade-long run. So this wasn't just about fooling strangers at a gate. It was about creating this immersive, believable world around himself.
It's incredible how elaborate this all was. But, okay, beyond his performance, what does this tell us about where the system itself might have failed? Were there specific checks missing, or was it just too reliant on, outward appearances over actual documentation?
Well, if we look at the bigger picture, his deception wasn't just in one city or state. That made it harder to spot.
Right. He operated across borders. Exactly. Across multiple states, Bihar, Uttarakhand, Delhi, adapting his identity. In Lucknow, he'd claimed to be a special secretary in the UP government. That's the state government there. But then outside UP, he'd reinvent himself as a union government officer, a federal official, which highlights a potential, a blind spot in checking across different jurisdictions.
That makes sense. Like data not being shared effectively.
Possibly. Or just the complexity of verifying someone who moves between systems. And then there's the online presence. He built an extensive fake email addresses using official-looking government domains, social media full of photos with actual genuine officials.
So he used their legitimacy to boost his own.
Precisely. Which, builds credibility, but it also seems like such an obvious point of failure for verification if you look closely. It makes you wonder, right, were Officials just not looking hard enough, or are these digital fakes getting that sophisticated?
His arrest then, at just 36. After maybe a decade of this whole charade,
Yeah.
it must have stunned officials.
Absolutely stunned them. The sources really emphasize this case exposes significant, quote, systemic gaps and vulnerabilities.
Yeah.
And it raises a huge question. How could the verification processes within India's administrative system let someone maintain fake credentials for that long?
10 years is a long time.
A very long time.
Yeah.
Attending official functions, meeting high-level people, conducting shady business across state lines. It really points to maybe an over-reliance on perceived status, or maybe a lack of real-time cross-state digital verification. It just shows how a really sophisticated performance, if you exploit those procedural gaps, can create this powerful, lasting illusion.
So, okay, bringing it back. What does this all mean for you, listening? This deep dive into Saurabh Tripathi's case, it's more than just a wild story about a con artist, isn't it?
Definitely.
It feels like a pretty stark reminder of how easily, maybe, we can all be influenced by appearances, by perceived authority.
Yeah, the case really compels us to think about the robustness of our own verification systems, not just the big institutions, but personally, too. It makes us ask, what assumptions do we make when we see someone who looks legitimate? What might we be missing in a world where confidence, a strategic photo, a curated online profile, can be such powerful tools of persuasion, even against systems designed to catch fakes?
Really something to ponder as you navigate your own information landscape, right?
Absolutely.
Until next time, stay curious and keep digging deeper.